Welcome back to KCCI at 624. I'm here with Kurtis Pearson of Compass Financial this morning. Thanks for helping us break in our new little area.
It's awesome.
A neat place to have some conversations. Kurt is joining us today to talk about the importance of having a credit score. Some new numbers show that 36 million Americans are what's called credit invisible. So for those just kind of beginning their financial lives, what do you need to do to kind of establish your credit score?
Well, of course, first thing is to establish an account. Sometimes you can even get a credit card that is secured by assets in a bank, like a CD or a savings account. That's a good place to start, perhaps. But then you want to make your payments on time. You want to pay it off every month, pay off the full balance. After you've continued that track record for about 6 months or so, they tell me to then ask for a credit increase to your credit card. That shows very responsible. And then you want to double check the credit bureaus to make sure that your credit score is getting established and that it should be climbing as you show responsibility.
You're basically proving that you're credit worthy. So as you get that credit established, what can you do to even kind of bolster it more?
Well, of course, you want to take on those kinds of monthly commitments that are tied to the credit score. For example, sometimes our cell phones are tied to that. Sometimes basic cable. Sometimes all those kinds of things can impact. You also want to make sure that wherever you're establishing your credit, that they are reporting regularly to the credit bureaus, so that your responsible behavior is showing up in the place that gives you that actual credit score.
There's a temptation when you are a new borrower to just spend what you can spend, but you don't want to abuse that credit.
Well, yeah, we want to be careful that using credit is kind of like playing with fire. It can be a very useful tool, but you want to be careful that you don't use it and abuse it so that you get into trouble. And then that's another thing that can factor into your credit score, is if the ratios begin to show up really poorly in terms of how much you're borrowing compared to your income stream and that sort of thing, it can catch up to you. So very important to stay on task with it. Of course, that is where an accountability partner, someone that can talk with you about it, make sure that you're staying on track, is very important.
Whether it be a professional or just mom and dad.
Exactly, mom and dad is great.
Because it can stick with you for a long time.
It can, and it's very difficult to dig out of that hole once you've gone over the top.
Right. All right, Kurt. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any more tips or questions for Kurt, you can call him at Compass Financial. That number is 327-1020.